Yeah, I'm finally back with another video. These are some flea market finds from the last 3 weeks or so, and a couple Goodwill finds. There's a lot to go through, so let's get started. I'll start off with probably the best find from the last 3 weeks, just because it was right at the top. I'll show you guys it right here. We have the Tragically Hip Road Apples, 1991 original Canadian pressing on MCA. There's our label in just immaculate condition. I had to pay a little bit of money for this, but I didn't mind. What a legendary album. It sounds amazing on vinyl, better than the CD. And I just really enjoy this album a lot. So if you haven't heard of the Tragically Hip, well, I'm sure you have. If you're a Canadian, you have. But maybe some of my American friends, you got to check this one out. I'm so happy to finally get some of their stuff on vinyl. And then we have some finds between $1 and $2 and a little bit more. So we're going to start off with a nice copy of the Dave Clark 5 Bits and Pieces from 1964 on Capitol. A lot of these are just some really nice finds. A little bit of country here. Lyle Lovett, self-titled, 1988, in shrink wrap. Great album. Really enjoyed some of the slower songs on here, and really nice. Then we move on to this was a really interesting album here. I really enjoyed this album. Bobby Womack sings country and western. Now on here he does some crazy good versions of some country songs. He does Behind Closed Doors, and it's funky and it's country, and it just goes together. I think Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records, would really enjoy this one. And that was only $2. Next, how could you go wrong with Conway? Is just kind of a best of on MCA. And then we have, the cover's a bit rough on this, but honestly the vinyl is in immaculate condition. This is one that I could never find. This is a Ricky Nelson from 1957. Cover's got some wear, but once you put it in a sleeve, it looks fine. For $2 too, you can't really pass that kind of stuff up. And we have a George Jones album I did not have. This is 1977, I think, on Epic. Really great album, The Battle. Then we have a Buddha Soul compilation. Cover has some wear. Got like Joe Simon on it and Jerry Butler, good stuff. And then we have here the Platters 10th Anniversary album, 1965 on Mercury. Another nice addition to the Platters collection. Love them so much. And what do we have here, my friends? It's great to be back again here, VC. Oh yeah, so this was sorry guys, I was just looking at something on the album. This is Thunderball, the James Bond movie featuring Tom Jones on the title track. So that was a good addition to the Tom Jones collection, as I love Tom Jones and everything he did. This is a really cool Buddy Holly find. There's not many Buddy Holly albums that I don't have. So this is a 1983 re-release in shrink wrap, and it's got studio takes from 1954 to 55 on it. Some really interesting demos and awesome stuff on MCA. A lot of finds here, guys. Hope you can stick with me. And the cover, you can obviously see it has some bad tape. Vinyl's nice. Everly Brothers from 1960. I pick up any albums of theirs when they're cheap. And I think there's another Everly's in here. Sorry, I didn't have time to organize them. A couple Johnny Cash I didn't have. This is a UK pressing of a Greatest Hits, 1979. Not much more you need to say about that. And then an original pressing on London of Johnny Cash Sings Hank Williams. It's in pretty decent condition for $2. And this Johnny Cash from 1978, I was really stoked to get this one. It's a really nice album. Cover's got some wear. Don't mind it all. It's hard for me to find Johnny Cash albums that I don't have anymore because I love him, so it's kind of like Merle Haggard, 1977. Cool album. Of course, I pick up anything I don't have by Merle. And we have, this is a reissue of a 1975 album. Johnny Cash doing some special memories. Something like that. And that was awesome. Should have organized them in artists, but I'm sure you guys don't mind. This was cool to find. Best of Buffalo Springfield. Of course, cover has some wear for the price of $2, but I really enjoy Buffalo Springfield. I have their second album, still looking for their first. That was cool to find. And 1969 Ventures album. Didn't have this one. Just some great instrumental music, as we all know from the Ventures. This one is a Jamaican pressing from 1980. Shout out to Fat City Vinyl. This is Gregory Isaacs. Really good album. The cover had a bunch of weird stickers all over it, but I got them off successfully, so it turned out to be a great find. And then we have a little bit of Bobby Rydell. Great, just kind of teen pop for the 60s collection. As well, pull that out of the sleeve. This cover's got a bit of wear, but it's the Beach Boys on RCA Camden. Kind of a weird best of compilation, but not a best of compilation. It's got some of their early tracks like Judy and songs like that, and Luau and stuff. So that's on the RCA Camden here in Canada. Canadian pressing. And then I came across a super nice copy of this Buck Owens album. So it's like kind of like a solo album, like the guitarist. So this is just Buck Owens playing his guitar. I'm sure Andy's Vinyl Den has seen this one, or you probably have this, but I didn't have this one in my Buck collection. So for a couple bucks, I'll take it. And then we have another Johnny Cash album for a couple dollars. This one's called The Baron, and what an album! You know, I almost love all the Johnny Cash albums. There's not many that I don't enjoy. So we still got a good amount here of records to go, guys. So hope you can stick with me, and I will show you the rest. Sorry, guys. I'll just kind of go through these. We don't necessarily have to. I'm not necessarily going to go over every single one. But here, Wolf Carter, one of my favorite Canadian artists. Pick up everything I can by him. Some people probably don't like his voice, but Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colors, not much I need to say. You've all heard that album. This cover does have some wear, of course, but it's not too bad. It's a nice Loretta Lynn album from the mid-60s. Alright, then we have Roy Clark, a great guitarist, great picker, and his music's really good, and that's on Capitol, the Rainbow Color Band label. An artist I don't think I have anything by him, really, other than a few singles, but this is Matchbox. This is like a reissue on Birchmont. Original recordings of the Sun stuff, so I'd always like to get one of his Sun album, but that can get pretty pricey. A couple Hank Jr. stuff here. Billy Hurst. Let me know how you like these albums. I'm sure they're classics to you. Family Tradition. Love that album. And I just pick up everything I can by that man. And then we have this one. That's a good one. I think that one's called it's called Rodeo or something. And we have Greatest Hits Volume 2 or something. Sorry, I'm all mixed up here, guys. This one does have the original inner sleeve. And these sound really good if they're on Elektra or Warner. I find that they... Now we're going to get to a cool Everly Brothers packaging. Look at this. This probably took a lot of money to make. These doors open. That's on Warner. It's got a bit of wear, but I don't care. This one I had to pay a little bit more for. It does have one spot on it. It's kind of bad, but it's not a big deal. It's just a little tear. But This is a German pressing of a Hank Williams Sr. album. It's just a compilation from '61, I think. That's just on the black MGM, but it was really cool to find a German pressing, even if it's not, even if it was a bit more. Waylon, are you ready for the country? Legendary. Waylon, I'm a rambling man. One of my favorite songs by him. Outlaw country, you can't go wrong. And then another artist I didn't really have any. Lloyd Price, Mr. Personality. It's a reissue kind of thing. And yeah, so that's all I have today, VC, and I'll come back on with another video. There's some Elvis finds and stuff, so I'll get back to that soon. Everybody take care and have a good day.